When we drafted Baker Mayfield, I was pissed. I wanted Josh Allen. I wanted him bad. Well, we got Mayfield, and I had to go look at tape of him because I don't think I've ever seen him play against Ohio State, but I don't really put anything into college. So I watched some highlights, and I had to force myself to like him. I had to. I thought this was a tough competitor. I didn't know he was a child. I truly didn't know it. When he punked Hugh Jackson the first time, I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, yeah, it's funny. Then he did the second time. I was embarrassed for him. The more as time went on throughout the first and second season, Odell Beckham talking to the team on the sidelines, him shaving between games or between quarters, whatever. He just became too much of a child. His second season was a disaster. A lot of contributing factors to that. His third season, game manager type, he had a good year, and he looked good in the playoffs. He was accessible. He was actually, you could use him. He actually didn't play bad his third season. Now, last season, I contributed a lot of that to injuries, but here's my thing. Baker Mayfield, if you just cut him loose, his ceiling's his rookie year. You can have him in a game manager mode like Stefanski did, and he can help you. But you still have that childlike person inside at 26, 27 years old. I think his ceiling, honestly, I think his career is going to go just like Jeff Garcia's. Jeff Garcia had some good numbers, like for 2 or 3 years in San Francisco. Really good numbers for the time. Elite, actually. I think he had a couple straight years, maybe 2 or 3, that he had like 30-some touchdowns and maybe 15, 13, 12 interceptions. So he had some good, back in the day, that was good. I think Mayfield can give you numbers like that if you cut him loose. However, it's not sustainable. He's the type of quarterback that he can play elite for a 2 or 3 game stretch, but then just play average or below average. That's who he is. He's never going to be the guy that consistently, and if you notice throughout his career, he's never been consistent. Not more than 1 year. So he's never going to be a guy that consistently give you winning play from the quarterback position and elite play from the quarterback position. And that is the problem. Sure, he can come in and be a great backup. Like I said, he'll give you about maybe 2, 3 games of elite play. He could do that. But then he's going to give you 2 or 3 bad games in a row of subpar games. So that's what you get with Baker Mayfield. And that's it. So Jeff Garcia is about his ceiling. And if you notice, Jeff Garcia, after 2 or 3 or 4, maybe 2 or 3 good years he had, he went on a steady decline. Now, he did have a couple decent stretch down at the end of his late in his career, I think with Tampa Bay or Philadelphia or something like that, but it wasn't sustainable, obviously. That is who Baker Mayfield is now. And I think if you look at Jeff Garcia and Baker Mayfield, you'll see that I'm exactly right on this again. So, yes, Baker can give you 2 or 3 games of elite play, but then he's going to give you 2 or 3 games of subpar play, and he's just not sustainable, and he's not he's not consistent. He's just not. He's inconsistent. He's inconsistent. He's consistently inconsistent, and he's never had a good 2-year stretch in a row. He's always had 1 good year, 1 bad year, and that's not an NFL quarterback. So, like I said, everybody had to like Mayfield. You had to force yourself to like him because he was on your team. You had to force yourself to believe that he could be the answer, but it just became evident that this 26-year-old child probably couldn't lead a high school team with his mentality right now. So that's it on Baker Mayfield. I think this will be my last video for a while. I don't know.